you ever wonder how much time you really have left once you pass 70? Every year feels more precious, and the truth is, your body is already giving you signals about how long you may live. Some people in their 70s still feel strong, sharp, and full of life, while others start to slow down, dealing with health problems and fatigue. The difference? It's often found in a few key signs, subtle but powerful indicators that can give you a glimpse into your future. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 signs that can reveal how long you may live after 70. These are not guesses or myths. They are based on real patterns that researchers and doctors have observed in people who live long, healthy lives. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own body and lifestyle, and more importantly, what you can do to maximize your chances of living longer and staying healthier. Stay tuned until the end, because you might be overlooking small things that could have a huge impact on your future. Once you recognize these signs, you'll have a clear idea of where you stand and what changes you might need to make to add years to your life. Let's get started. Sign 1. Your walking speed. One of the strongest indicators of how long you might live after 70 isn't hidden in your DNA, your medical records, or even your diet. It's something far simpler. Your walking speed. Studies have shown that people who maintain a steady, brisk walking pace in their 70s and beyond tend to live longer than those who slow down significantly. That's because walking speed is directly linked to overall health, muscle strength, cardiovascular function, and even brain health. Take John and George, both 75 years old. John walks every morning, keeps a steady pace, and doesn't struggle when crossing the street or climbing stairs. His movements are fluid, balanced, and confident. On the other hand, George, who used to be active, has slowed down significantly in the last few years. He struggles to keep up with others, takes frequent breaks, and sometimes feels unsteady on his feet. While John's pace suggests that his body is still functioning well, George's declining speed could be a warning sign that his health is deteriorating. A slow, unsteady walk isn't just about aging. It can signal underlying issues like muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even early neurological decline. The good news is walking speed is something you can improve. The more you walk, the stronger you stay. If you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't ignore it. Start making small efforts to build strength, whether it's taking more walks, using light weights, or doing simple leg exercises. Sign 2. Your grip strength. Believe it or not, the strength of your handshake might be revealing more about your future than you think. Research has found, also 78, who started noticing that simple tasks like twisting the cap off a bottle or holding onto a heavy bag felt harder than they used to. She dismissed it as just aging, but what she didn't realize was that her declining grip strength was signaling a loss of muscle mass, which could make her more prone to falls, injuries, and even shorter life expectancy. Your hands are a reflection of your overall muscle health. If your grip is weakening, chances are so is the rest of your body. The more strength you lose, the harder it becomes to stay independent, active, and resilient. The good news is, you can rebuild it. Simple exercises like squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, or even carrying light weights can help maintain your grip and keep your muscles strong. Sign 3. Your ability to stand on one leg. Balance isn't something most people think about until they start losing it. But your ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live. Researchers have found that people who struggle with balance are more likely to experience falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline. On the other hand, those who can maintain their balance well into their 70s and beyond tend to live longer, healthier lives. Imagine Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s. Carol has always been active. She walks daily, does yoga, and can easily lift one foot off the ground for several seconds without wobbling. Nancy, on the other hand, hasn't paid much attention to her balance. When she tries to stand on one leg, she immediately starts tipping over, needing to grab onto something to steady herself. What Nancy doesn't realize is that this loss of balance isn't just an inconvenience. It's a warning sign that her coordination, muscle strength, and even brain function may be declining. Good balance relies on strong legs, a sharp nervous system, and a healthy brain. If you notice yourself stumbling more often or feeling unsteady when turning quickly, it's time to take action. The best part? Balance can be improved. Simple exercises like standing on one foot for a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe, or practicing light Tai Chi can help you rebuild stability. Sign 4. Your sleeping patterns. How well you sleep at night says a lot about how long you might live. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's when your body repairs itself, strengthens the immune system, and clears toxins from the brain. Studies have shown that people over 70 who maintain consistent, high-quality sleep tend to live longer and healthier lives, while those who struggle with poor sleep have a higher risk of memory decline, heart disease, and weakened immunity. Take Henry and Bill, both in their mid-70s. Henry has a steady bedtime, sleeps around 7 hours each night, and wakes up feeling refreshed. Bill, on the other hand, has restless nights, tossing and turning, waking up multiple times, and sometimes struggling to fall asleep at all. Over time, Henry's body continues to function well. His mind stays sharp, and his energy levels remain steady. But Bill starts experiencing brain fog, daytime fatigue, and even changes in his blood pressure, all linked to his declining sleep quality. Sign 5. Your appetite and eating habits. The way you eat after 70 is one of the strongest indicators of how long you might live. A healthy appetite and a well-balanced diet keep your body strong, your immune system resilient, and your energy levels high. On the other hand, a sudden loss of appetite or poor eating habits can signal underlying health issues and even accelerate aging. Consider Maggie, a 74-year-old woman who enjoys her meals, eats a variety of fresh whole foods, and maintains a steady weight. She looks forward to preparing her own meals and feels energized throughout the day. Then there's Barbara, also 74, who has noticed that she just isn't as hungry as she used to be. She skips meals, relies on processed foods, and has unintentionally lost weight over the past year. What she doesn't realize is that her declining appetite isn't just a small change. It's a red flag that her body may not be absorbing nutrients properly, which could weaken her muscles, slow down her metabolism, and even affect her immune system. Sign 6. Your ability to handle stress. How you handle stress after 70 can tell you a lot about how long you'll live. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood. It weakens your immune system, raises your risk of heart disease, and even accelerates aging. On the other hand, people who know how to manage stress effectively tend to stay healthier, more active, and mentally sharp well into their later years. Take John and Richard, both 76 years old. John faces challenges just like anyone else. Unexpected expenses, health scares, family issues, but he has learned to handle them with a calm, steady approach. He practices deep breathing, stays socially engaged, and doesn't dwell on problems. Richard, however, holds on to stress, constantly worries about things outside of his control, and often finds himself stuck in negative thought patterns. Over time, this constant stress wears on his body. His blood pressure rises, his sleep suffers, and his energy levels drop. Sign 7. Your social connections. The strength of your relationships can be one of the clearest indicators of how long you might live after 70. Studies have consistently shown that people with strong social ties, whether through friendships, family, or community involvement, tend to live longer, healthier lives. Loneliness, on the other hand, has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even early mortality. Think of Elena and Barbara, both 78 years old. Elena has an active social life. She stays in touch with old friends, participates in a local book club, and enjoys spending time with family. She looks forward to her conversations, laughs often, and feels a sense of connection to the people around her. Barbara, however, spends most of her time alone. She's lost touch with many of her friends, and though she has family, she rarely reaches out. As the months pass, she starts feeling isolated, her mood declines, and her overall health begins to suffer.